Welcome to the world of health toxicology. Are you looking to gain an in-depth understanding of the scientific principles of toxicology and their application to human health? If so, then our Master Mixed Mode Health Toxicology program is for you. This unique program, offered in collaboration with USM National Poison Center, offers students the opportunity to develop their knowledge and skills in clinical, environmental, and occupational toxicology. Our one-year full-time Master Mixed Mode program is accredited by MQA and is designed to prepare the candidates to become professionals in health toxicology that will assume a variety of roles in academia, industry, and government. Throughout the program, students will gain an understanding of the methods used to assess, evaluate, and manage the potential risks posed by toxins in the environment and occupational-related settings that could produce acute and chronic illnesses in human population. With this knowledge, our graduates will be well equipped to pursue a career in toxicology or related fields. Career pathway might include clinical scientist, researcher, and health risk assessor in health-related field and industry. So, take the first step towards a bright future and enroll in our program today. For those who are interested, please contact the person in charge or scan the QR code on the screen for more information. Come and join us to discover your path in health toxicology.
Good morning and welcome to our webinar on where is toxicology in our daily life. Now, I'm your moderator, Winter Ping, and I'm pleased to be hosting this special community engagement program jointly organized by AMDI, University Science Malaysia, and Malaysian Societies of Toxicology, MySOT. Now, before we start, I would like to mention about our goal for today. Today, our goal is to explore the roles of toxicology in our daily life and increase awareness of its impact on our health and the environment. For that, we have the privilege of hearing from an esteemed speaker, Dr. Jahangir Kamaldin, who has extensive experience in this field. Dr. Jahangir, will you like to say hello to our audience?
Assalamualaikum. Very good morning, everyone.
Right, thank you, Dr. Jahangir. Now, Dr. Jahangir is our senior academician in USM. For the past 25 years, he has been sharing his expertise through more than 55 scientific publications, 40 student supervisions, and hundreds of consultants. Dr. Jahangir is also a laboratory technical advisor for the regulatory toxicity testing under the OECD and GLP test facility. He is an active advocate of OECD, GLP, and ISO IEC's 17025 accreditations to the laboratory community in Asia. He has been pioneering networking among accredited laboratories in Asia with the aim of embracing new technologies while protecting the human resource, consumers, and organisms in the environment. With his extensive background in toxicology and dedications to promote laboratory accreditations and embrace new technology, he is the perfect person to lead our discussions today on the roles of toxicology in our daily life. Now, before we proceed, I want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to participate in this discussion. So we will reserve the last 10 minutes for our Q&A sessions. If you have any questions for Dr. Jahangir, please feel free to write them in the WebEx chat box. We will try to answer as many questions as possible within the time limit. So without further ado, let's get started, yeah, Dr. J? So my first question is to Dr. Jahangir. Look at the topic today, which is where is toxicology in our daily life? To help us better understanding the importance of toxicology in our daily life and set the stage for our discussions today, could Dr. Jahangir please explain to us how toxicology is relevant to our daily life? Dr. J?
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning, everyone. First foremost, Dr. Oi, as a chairperson for today's session, thank you very much for your very kind introduction. Okay, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very privileged to be in this session. I wish to thank the organizer, the Department of Toxicology of Advanced Medical Dental Institute, University of Science Malaysia, and also the Malaysian Society of Toxicology for jointly organizing this session. Of course, I was given this question that in this session that Dr. Uy says, where is toxicology in our daily life? Wow. For me, I believe there is a big task today for me to elaborate that. But I'm only given 1 hour. So therefore, I have requested Dr. Uy to help me so that we can together try to understand, but perhaps with some assistance from something that we have known before. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think most of us have been to the preschool, kindergarten, and during our time in the kindergarten, we did learn one very beautiful song. So, with that, I requested Dr. Oi, Doctor, can you play us that song? That's a surprise for all the audience today. So, Dr. Oi, please play the song. Thank you. This one, surprise. Let's see. Apa lagu tu? Cik, kita campur bahasa Melayu, bahasa Inggeris. Silakan Datuk Ui.
Dr. Jahangir, please give me a moment, yeah, because I'm
Don't
probably
worry, don't worry.
teaching
Okay,
the
while Dr. Ui preparing to run the so-called kindergarten song, the reason that we are trying to put is that in day-to-day life, when people live, we eat, we drink, we sleep, or we wear, whatever we do, there is nothing shown that it involves a toxicologist. Apa tu ahli toxicology pun orang tak kenal. Sila air bulan. For the general public, they doesn't know. But in reality, in day to day, it is around us. And the toxicologist atau ahli toxicology ini memainkan peranan penting, become very important role as the caretaker. Orang tak tahu ni, toxicologist ni sebagai caretaker untuk melindungi. The toxicologist become like a middleman. Untuk pastikan kita menikmati kehidupan kita. Itu sekejap lagi kita tengok tu macam mana. Menikmati kehidupan kita at the same time protect our people, our consumers from harmful or hazards of the substances that we use in our daily life. Okay, so Dr. Okay
Dr.
ke?
Jahangir. Yeah, the video is ready, so I'll play it
Okay,
now.
let's play dulu. Terima kasih Dr. Oi. Silakan.
Bangun pagi, gosok gigi, cuci muka, pakai baju, makan roti, minum susu, pergi sekolah senang hati. Bangun pagi.
Cantik. Terima kasih. Thank you very much, Datuk Ui. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow audience of today's session, ada siapa-siapa yang tak mendengar lagu ni? Lagu ini, when I was kindergarten, it's about 40 years back, 40 years back sudah ada nyanyi lagu ni. Of course, saya rasa mak saya pun, arwah mak saya pun ada dengar lagu nyanyi lagu ni. So, ladies and gentlemen, why we take this song is that to say how we take granted the life of the 50 years, at least 50 years, to tell that this is the life. Okay, now from this song, Dr. A, saya akan cuba bantu jawab soalan Dr. A hari ini. Tapi dengan lagu ini, supaya kita dapat siapkan masa 1 jam yang diberi kepada saya. Okay, first we talk about bangun pagi. The first thing we wake up, we immediately we have been trained. Mesti gosok gigi. Mesti gosok gigi itu train. This the hygiene, personal hygiene that been trained so that everyone from childhood we are trained that we become a habitual that we brush our teeth. But the question is, have we thought what's inside the toothpaste? And have you thought that why the toothpaste we ada fluoride tak fluoride? Okay. Saya ambil contoh. Ini bukan buat marketing bukan. Ini contoh ubat gigi yang ada. Kita ada ubat gigi, kan. So, every day kita tak tengok kotak ni. Kita buka kotak, sudah masuk bakus sampah. Yang tinggal ada tube saja. Okay. So, we take tube, just put on top, then we gosok gigi. Tetapi, if you notice that, some of you may notice that from the time pass by, ada perubahan sikit. Di mana kalau zaman saya kocik-kocik, we put the full toothpaste on the brush dan terus gosok gigi lah. But in some decades alone, there is a new finding and so forth whereby dia minta kata kalau kanak-kanak, kalau untuk anak kita yang kecil, pakai kecil je saiz dia. Cukup dan memadai. Okay, now, can anyone share what's inside the toothpaste that becomes so important in our daily life? Then who decides that? Siapa decide? Siapa tentukan? Banyak mana nak letak benda tu dan what's the important to us? Is anybody yang boleh nak share ke? Ada siapa-siapa nak tanya audience ni? Okay. Kalau tak ada, saya nak tanya kawan saya ni. Kawan saya. Dr. Adeline, are you there, Dr. Adeline? Dr. Adeline kat situ.
Yes,
Dr. Adeline, dia seorang ibu kan? Betul tak? Ada anak berapa orang? Cuba Dr. Adeline cerita. Anak berapa orang?
So far, Alhamdulillah, 3.
3. Right question. No, Doctor. As a mom,
Yes.
can you share with us about this toothpaste? If not, I'm the one to explain. Maybe you can explain better now. Silakan, Dr. Adeline.
In terms of what how I use and how my children use now. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's because today we want to find where is the toxicology in the toothpaste. Yeah, silakan.
all right. So I think let me share my own personal experience. So I think I did the same like what you did when I was a young child. I was happily misuse the toothpaste. I mean that when we want to use the toothpaste, we try to put as much as possible, cover the whole blister area. Just maybe because of the flavor, right? The children toothpaste come with fruit flavor, bubblegum flavor, so that increase your interest, right, to brush the teeth. But as time goes by and as we got exposed to the possible toxic effects of the toothpaste, the practice changed definitely. So now, what I practice for my children, I just give them about the pea size of the toothpaste, and then for my youngest one, he's still below 3 years old. So I just provide him with the size of the rice grain only. I think that's enough. Just follow the what recommended, like you see on the box of the toothpaste.
You say recommended. Who recommended that? Dr. Adeline, you think so?
At first, I thought it's the company of the one that manufactured the toothpaste. But I think the correct answer is the Ministry of Health, Malaysia Ministry of Health, I think.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Ali, for sharing that. So, ladies and gentlemen, see, we've been living so long with the toothpaste, and we were brushing with the toothpaste, and we never asked the question, what inside the toothpaste, and what is there any control to it? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in every country, including in Malaysia, the Ministry of Health regulates the maximum amount of fluoride to put in the toothpaste. As rightly illustrated by Dr. Adeline, when we grow, suddenly we have a new information that for children you don't need too much because the uptake is not needed. But the question now, siapa ke yang bagi nasihat tu? Do you know in the toothpaste you have an amount of about 900 to 5,000 milligram per liter of fluoride sahaja? Tapi fluoride, dia bukan menguatkan gigi, dia bukan kalsium. But it's very much needed in order to make sure the fluoride, the calcium retain on the tooth. Jadi soalan-soalan siapa buat? So ladies and gentlemen, basically this is done by toxicologists. Toxicology yang kena buat research ni, study ini, kajian ini, dan kajian ini disampaikan kepada pihak berkuasa. And this not only in Malaysia, it's a worldwide scenario, and they'll do research. But again, research from going on time by time, new findings comes in. Walaupun research mulanya atau kajian tadi dibuat atas haiwan, tetapi data daripada manusia lebih relevan. So therefore, when you see things happening in a real, for example, some sign of toxication find in children, therefore things changes and the amount regulated, and of course, they have certain suggestion how to keep. But again, the fluoride level in the toothpaste still safe because it's been regulated. Okay, Dr. In setuju Dr. In berdapat idea tu. Boleh? Tu gosok gigi sudah siap jawapan. Okay, baik, terima kasih Dr. In. Now, I thought Dr. In mesti tak puas hati sebab ini baru gosok gigi kan. Now, dalam lagu tadi kita bangun pagi, kita gosok gigi. Now, the next thing we do that we have a choice, cuci muka. Tapi kalau arwah mak saya dia kata tak boleh cuci muka, pergi mandi. Dia kata tak kena mandi. Cuci muka tak cukup. So we are trained gosok gigi, mandi atau mandi terus gosok gigi. Mesti ada ni. So now the question comes, 50 tahun kau duk mandi, saya lah kan duk mandi, duk ni. We are using pipe water and nobody ask questions. Okay tak? And to surprise you, sometimes you hear news, ada negara-negara lain, ada orang mati sebab ada ameba masuk ke hidung dia, makan otak dia lah. Ada orang dapat typhoid lah, dapat kolera lah. So many things happening in other countries whereby agak beza air dia. Air pipe dia not treated. Kita sini bertuah, tuan puan bertuah. Semua air itulah pakai mandi, air itulah cuci pinggan, air itulah siram pokok bunga. We are overdoing it actually anyway. Kalau negara lain, dia beza kan. Ada pipe merah, ini air not potable water dipanggil. Bukan untuk minum. Tapi ada potable water warna biru contohnya. Kalau siapa pergi Geneva, jalan kaki, ada dia punya fountain air yang you boleh tak ada air minum. Tapi ada warna. Portable mesti biru, tak portable warna merah contohnya. So the question is, macam mana ni? Apa dalam air kita yang hari-hari kita minum sampai kita tak susah hati kata, adakah air ini ada something yang boleh menyebabkan sakit? We have not heard people getting sick because of the water being. So far yang dengar, okay, keracunan makanan di kantin sekolah mungkin biasa dengar. Keracunan makan di keduri kahwin biasa dengar. Sampai orang mati pun ada. Tapi tak dengar puncanya adalah daripada air hari-hari kita minum. Jadi siapa yang menentukan apa dalam itu? Siapa boleh share? Siapa boleh share di kalangan tuan-puan? Apa adalah air itu yang menyebabkan selamat untuk kita gunakan? Ada siapa-siapa nak boleh kongsikan? Senyap je. Dr. Jahangir soalan canggih-canggih. Tak apa, don't worry. Saya cuba, saya pakai talian hayat saya ni. Dr. Maisarah, ni kawan soalan lagi. Tadi Dr. Adeline, also our colleagues from the Department of Toxicology, have another colleague, Dr. Maisarah. Ni pun ibu juga. Saya memang pandai ibu-ibu ni, pilih ibu-ibu hari ni. Dr. Maisarah. Do you know that? Why inside the water? Kenapa tak susah hati you bagi mandi anak you? Silakan Dr. Maisarah. Silakan.
Assalamualaikum and good morning Dr. Uy, Dr. Jahangir. Thanks for having me. Harap sihat hari ni. You see Dr. Jahangir, you know I recently gave birth, right? I recently gave birth. Now she's now very cute, of course. Every mother's think they're very, very cute. She's now approaching 6 months old. Okay, so yeah, right now, I guess the bedtime routine, you know, babies changes every time, right? So my bedtime routine with my baby right now, when I come back to work, I usually give her a bath. Just me and her like private time, just me and her one-on-one give her bath. And really enjoy it at the moment. During the bath time, so as she enters, I put her safely, of course, in the bathtub. Uh, it can't be helped that she is highly likely to ingest tiny little water from our water supply from the pipe. Um, so it got me thinking, is this safe? Is this safe for my tiny little baby? What about all the germs that contaminated the water, like norovirus, like salmonella, and all of this? Um, I'm that kind of mother. I look up everything.
Eh,
um,
get scared already. Okay. Very conscious. Okay. So, macam
um,
mana?
to control all these germs. Actually, before the water get into our household, it goes through a water treatment process. Right before it enters our household, there's a process called disinfection, where chlorine is added into our water to kill all these germs. So that's the process actually. Well, now maybe you ask, maybe somebody will ask, so now you're adding chemical, is that safe now, right? Yeah. Well, I also look it up in Malaysia. What do we do? In Malaysia, there's a standard that the MOH followed. The residue of chlorine added should be at the level of 0.2 milligram, I think, milligram per liter
Hmm.
it enters. So in short, the water company, the operator of our water supply, they actually conducted different processes to ensure that the level is 0.2 or below. The level, I think the level there should be some level, residual level of chlorine in our water level, because to kill all the germs still. Yeah, so that's my answer to your question.
So
Yeah.
exploring the substance that used in order to give
Yeah.
the hygiene level against the microbes. Huh?
Chlorine, correct. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Dr. Masyara. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, tadi ubat gigi fluorine pula. Sekarang masuk air mandi potable water, air pipe ada klorin pula. Aduh. Satu hari dah buat benda dah. Fluorine satu, klorin satu. Okay, cantik. So, Dr. Masyara was telling us just now, dalam pipe yang dia mandi dengan anak dan baby dia, akan ada lah dalam residu 0.2 miligram of liter kan. Dia punya amount dia sikit. So maybe I can share dekat sahabat semua termasuk Dr. Maisara. Actually in the treatment plant, air tu datang dari sungai. If you can sit there and watch the water, ingat kat mandi dah air tu. Zaman kecil kami mandi, air terjun masuk warna color orange pun tak apa, color air pakai susu pun tak apa. But of course, kita tak mandilah air tu, kita mandi air terjun yang jernih. But reality, ladies and gentlemen, air masuk water treatment plant tu bukan warna jernih, bukan air terjun. Kecuali lah yang water treatment plant di Perak tu cantik. Kalau di negeri lain, silalah lawaklah tengok yang intake dia. Aku takut nak mandi. So what happens that, yes, truly said by Dr. Maisara, there's a treatment process. Treatment ni ada banyak lah. Salah satu treatment dia adalah about how to kill off the pathogens inside. So of course dalam treatment plant tu nanti dia spike masuk lebih tinggi lah. Takat point tu celah gigi bakteria pun gelak. Tak jadi apa dia kata. But they go up to level about 5, 6, even 10 miligram per liter. Tinggi. Tapi by the time dia tak boleh treat terus keluar. Dia bukan macam filter air kat rumah. Filter dapat terus. Tak jadi macam tu. So water treatment plant sekali berhenti dia recover, tunggulah 12 jam sebab dia ada that proses. Ingat ada kes-kes bila berlaku pencemaran air sungai, treatment plant berhenti lama kan. Dia tak boleh switch on terus sebab after the treatment they have a decay time. Dia kena decay, dia punya decay time supaya keluarlah bahan-bahan tertentu termasuklah klorin tadi, dia akan keluar. Dan klorin ni akhirnya akan keluar and goes to distribution line dalam pipe-pipe lah, daripada pipe besar sampai lah pipe rumah kita. So therefore dalam pipe rumah kita ni masih ada residu sebab kan kita nak pakai. Kalaulah tak ada residu, nanti tak ada lah protection in the distribution pipe sebab distribution pipe tu bukan sterile. Macam-macam ada. Of course, we are only looking at the level of microbe saja tahu. Dalam pipe tu kalau pipe berkarat, minta maaf. Dia tak berkait dengan klorin. Klorin tidak membantu dalam bak karat contohnya, wallahu alam. So, ladies and gentlemen, so that's how it happens. But the question is, who decides? Again, ahli toksikologi lah yang membuat kajian melihat implikasi penggunaan klorin untuk tempoh yang panjang supaya hari-hari penggunaan itu kita menentukan dia punya had penggunaan. So maksud di sini bahawa 0.2 miligram per liter atau semaksimum, kalau tuan-puan buat bacaan, semaksimum 4 miligram per liter boleh berada dalam air berdasarkan pihak berkuasa di luar negara termasuk di Malaysia, di mana kandungan itu masih selamat untuk digunakan secara berulang. Nampak tak? So the question is, siapa yang buat? Ahli toksikologi. Nampak tak? Yang tadi ubat gigi pun ahli toksikologi yang membuat kajian-kajian tersebut dalam model haiwan untuk mengetahui nilai yang panggil nilai yang selamat untuk digunakan dan dicadangkan kepada pihak berkuasa, dan dia ada jawatan kuasa yang akan pertimbangkan. So gosok gigi pun kita dapat jawapan ada chemical substance tapi perlu pakai untuk pastikan kalsium sentiasa melekat kat gigi. Nak mandi kena ada klorin, tak ada klorin takut jadi isu-isu macam air kencing tikus pula. Masa kena ada klorin juga. Baik Dr. Masad, thank you very much for your sharing. Now, Dr. A mesti tak puas hati. Dia kata Dr. ni baru dua. Okey, baik. Okey, sabar. Saya pergi ya. So lepas kita dah bangun pagi, dah gosok gigi, dah basuh muka. Of course saya kena mandi, mak saya rumah tak bagi basuh muka. Next we go to pakai baju. Apa pakai baju ada kaitan dengan toksikologi? Ada siapa-siapa boleh share? Ada pula Dr. Jahangir kata pakai baju pun ada toksikologi. Tadi betul lah, pasal muka ada klorin. Macam mana baju pula ada toksikologi? Ada siapa-siapa boleh share hari ini? Okay, tadi saya dah panggil dua pensyarah dah. Tak acik panggil pensyarah aja, dia memang pandai dah apa. Panggil student kami pula, student saya ni. Siapa ada hari ni? Go, Mr. Go. I think you are here inside today, am I right, Mr. Go? Mr. Go, are you there? How are you today? Today no lecture, okay. Okay, baik. No, I just wondering lah. Pakai baju kan, kadang-kadang I kalau beli baju baru pun I rasa macam something wrong lah. So what do you think? Ada isu tak this pakai baju, the textile fabric ni? What do you think? From your opinion as a student, from what you know, your experience. Silakan Mr. Go about baju-baju ni, fabric ni.
So from my own perspective.
Can you speak louder please? I tak apa dengar ni. Nak dengar suara students. Yes, silakan.
Yeah, so from my own personal experience, I found like you mentioned, like new clothes, especially when you buy it, sometimes I feel after the first few times you wear it, it feels a bit itchy, right? So I always thought was, is it because maybe there's ants or mosquito that bite me? Sometimes when I look, it's not actually, it doesn't look like mosquito ant bite. So every time during that time, I'll check the label. So I realized that a lot of the new clothes, even shirt, pants, is no longer just cotton. So it has a lot of mixture of synthetic fibers like polyester, nylon. So it got me wondering like, is it really safe for us to wear these clothes every single day? Yeah, especially there's some clothes nowadays are so synthetically made. Like sometimes when I order shirt, because when you want to buy shirt, we order online, so we don't actually see the shirt. So when the shirt comes, it's like totally feels very synthetic. It's like wearing a plastic bag over your body. Very uncomfortable. So even for that shirt, I didn't wear. I never wore it once to go out of my house. Never ever. So it's just in my cupboard. It's a bit waste of money. Yeah. So another example.
It's for display because so scared of it looks very plastic. Okay.
Yeah, very plastic. Yeah, and then another example is actually, if you can see, I'm wearing this jacket. So this one, I don't want to promote the brand lah, just in case you got anything. Yeah, but basically this one, they say like, it protects, it's UV resistant, water resistant, wind resistant. So nowadays the clothes, there's a lot of like outerwear like this that they claim to have a lot of resistance towards everything. So it protects you from the sunlight, protects you from the rain, everything. So a lot of this, I think, is all synthetically made. To be honest, I don't even know what is this fabric from. So I don't know what kind of chemicals that they made it from. Yeah, so maybe I want to throw this question back to you, doctor. Like, what is how concerned should we be in terms of the safety of our clothes, and what are the safety measures or standards that these manufacturers have to actually fulfill before they actually sell all these clothes to us.
Okey, baik Mr. Stogo. Saya tanya dia tanya saya balik. Bagus. Pandai student saya. Okey, baik, baik. Mr. Stogo, thank you for sharing that. But can you specify kalau sekiranya bila you pakai you rasa gatal, how you feel that? You feel itchy? What else you feel?
Yeah, it's like itchy. Then sometimes if you look at the skin, it's like a bit like reddish. So I don't know whether
Okay.
it's ant or mosquito bite, but I'm not too sure.
Okey, baik. Terima kasih. Kalau mosquito bite, sebab saya pun mengajar pasal mosquito, dia akan ada single lah satu. Tapi ini mesti dia luas kan. Dia bukan dot, one single dot. Baik. So thank you very much, Mr. Go. Ladies and gentlemen, see. So in reality, I think not only our friend Mr. Go here experience that. Most of us may have experience wearing certain fabric, textile ni baju, design dia, tetapi kain itu yang jadi asas untuk pembikinan pakaian itu is a fabric textile. So textile ni datang dari mana? So rightly pointed out, kalau ikut sejarah klasikalnya, kita ada dua sumber utama. Satu ambil daripada bulu binatang, contohnya kambing lah, kita ambil wool kita panggil. Satu lagi pakai kain kapas. Pernah tanya tak kenapa orang dulu banyak pakai kain kapas bukan yang kain bulu kambing? Because actually by nature pun ini pun ada kajian. Siapa buat? Toxicology juga buat. There is a certain specific testing what we call as skin irritation. Ada ujian khas dia tu, skin irritation test. Untuk jawab soalan sahabat saya Mr. Goh tadi. Dan ada juga ujian skin sensitization. Dua ni beza ni. Mesti ramai ada yang tahu ni. Skin sensitization tak sama dengan skin irritation. Irritation ni rasa gatal-gatal. Sensitization ni macam ada benda rasa macam feeling tak kena. Tapi nampak okey je. Tapi rasa macam ada benda kat kulit tu macam tak kena. Dia sensitize tu. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, there is a specific test method. Kalau contohnya, kalau dia diterbitkan antara negara yang menggunakan pakaian ni adalah gabungan negara-negara bagi OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, melibatkan 40 negara lebih, whereby they have come up consensus that whatever material we prepare for human contact mesti diuji untuk mengetahui sama ada is there any possibility of skin irritation or sensitization. Ada test guideline dia pula. For example, kalau classical test guideline, contohnya OECD TG, test guideline 406. Dia guna tikus, guinea pig. Guna guinea pig, dia akan ambil ekstrak daripada fabric itu, maka akan dicucuk tengok sama ada berlaku tak sebarang interaksi terhadap tikus tersebut. Kesian tikus tu. Tapi pengorbanan tikus itu jangan lupa, itulah menyelamatkan kita semua. So you must understand. But if you don't appreciate that, orang semua pakai suka hati tanpa memikirkan, rugilah pengorbanan tikus itu. Begitu juga dengan teknik baru sekarang sudah ada teknik menggunakan reconstructed tissue, human tissue. Ni dah tak pakai haiwan dah. Kita kesiankan mereka. Maka kita ada tisu yang kita buat macam in vitro, kita buat berlapis macam tisu manusia tapi bukan manusia tapi guna sel dia, dan kita buruh chemical tu tengok apa reaksi dia. So therefore ladies and gentlemen, dia OC test guideline OC test yang 429, 442, ini tak mau teknikal tapi nak bagi tahu benda ni dah biasa dah kami buat toxicologist ni. Mana skin irritation, skin sensitization. Mungkin ramai tak tahu. Sebab tu macam Mr. Gua kata, ada syarikat yang tak uji ini, maka mangsalah kita. So bagi syarikat-syarikat yang well established, they always will do this testing to make sure they pre-know the situation before handing to customer sebab nak jaga quality kan. Okay. So therefore, betul kata tadi, ingat dalam naturally wool, kalau daripada kambing pun boleh gatal. That's why kalau pakai wool ni, biasanya kena lapik dengan kulit dulu. Untuk dia guna untuk memanaskan. Pakaian panas ni jarang wool tu direct kat kita, jarang. Tapi kalau untuk cotton lah cantik, selesa, dia jerat peluh. Tetapi kalau ingat zaman dulu-dulu saya lah, baju sekolah baju cotton. Tapi kalau arwah mak saya nak kena setrika, tu dia sebab lepas basuh, wrinkle dia penuh. So susah. Dan arwah mak kata kita beli baju Tektron. Dia pakai kata canggih, Tektron. Tektron means the baju tu sebenarnya is a fabric of a combination between polyester and juga cotton macam Goh kata tadi. Maka zaman itu telah bermula. Ini when I was in secondary, in primary school dah ada Tektron dah. Orang suka sebab apa? senang nak setrika. Senang setrika sebab polymer. So you are betul Mr. Go, you're right. This is a combination of polyester and of course the more lah, ada rayon lah semua, ada. So jawapan saya kepada Mr. Go dan semua sahabat yang lain, tuan-puan yang ada hadirin sekalian yang dihormati Allah, there are work done in order to ensure the fabric. Jadi di situlah kita menyelamatkan everyone, the population. Of course tak payah cek setiap baju sebab kita cek dia punya material saja. Kalau buat baju perempuan ke baju lelaki tak kisah. Ya, as if fabric tu yang kita uji. So therefore you are rightly point out, Mr. Go. I hope I answered your question. There is a test guideline performed. Even I think our lab also performing this and our few labs in Malaysia performing this. So therefore less worried. Sekiranya siapa-siapa ada fabric baru nak beli, import banyak-banyak, tak pasti, boleh uji. Yang ni pun Persatuan Toxicology Malaysia ada dia punya konteks untuk tahu di mana mak-mak tu nak menguji. Baik, cantik. Terima kasih Mr. Goh. Baik, so Dr. Ui, what do you think? Sudah puas hati? I sudah bagi 3. Gosok gigi pun sudah bagi jawapan, basuh muka pun sudah bagi jawapan, dah pakai baju. Sudah puas hati ke belum?
Yeah, Dr. J, this is
Yeah.
quite an interesting opening talk, in which Dr. Jahangir started the talk by playing a Malay nursery rhyme, the bangun pagi, gosok gigi, and relate it to the toxicology. And Dr. Jahangir talked about the fluoride in toothpaste, the chlorine in the pipe water, and even talk about the synthetic material in clothes. Now, Dr. Jahangir, how about the makan roti and minum susu that we saw in the video clip? Dr. J?
Pandai you pandai. So ada 2 hutang lagi lah. Okey, baik. Okey, baik. Terima kasih. Okeylah Dr. Ui. Dr. Ui yang pasal saya sanggup lah kita kena teruskan. Okey, ada lagi dalam 20 minit lagi. Okey, tak apa, tak ada masalah. Okey, Dr. Ui. Saya cuba. Okey, baik. Now, talking about makan roti. So I pun standby dah. I tahu Dr. Ui akan tanya. Tu saya pun standby lah. Roti ni sebiji. Tapi hari ni saya puasa tau. Bukan tak puasa. Ada roti. Now, bila roti kita beli, antara perkara pertama yang kita akan tengok, sebab roti tu biasa kita dah tahu sedap mana roti nak beli. Kita tahu dah. Jadi biasa kita tak pergi. Cuma ada yang kita tengok lah, apa expiry date? Ada expiry date tu. Mungkinlah kamera tak nampak ada expiry date dia tak? Ada expiry date. So bila ada expiry date, macam mana boleh tak expiry date dekat roti ni? Mahal ke? Jangan kata roti kecil ni, kalau kita beli sandwich tu, sandwich pun ada tag ni, ada tag kecil ni letak. Ada expiry date atau best before. Right? So saya duduk Malaysia take for granted sebab kita make sure lah kita makan sebelum expiry date. Tapi when I was in Europe ni dia sangat famous dengan bakery shop dia banyak dan beli roti dia tak ada expiry date. Yang di bakery shop tak ada expiry date. Saya pun okay. So kita beli. But when I was staying during the spring okay lagi tau. Tapi bila masuk summer, biasa saya beli roti, saya letak je kat kita punya bilik. So masa bulan summer, musim panas je, roti yang saya beli tu saya tak boleh banyak-banyak because hari ni beli, besok sudah keluar tumbuh kulat-kulat atas roti tu. So itu musim sama dia panas macam kat Malaysia lah cerita dia. So baru I faham, kalau di Malaysia ni mesti ada dilakukan sesuatu supaya roti yang kita makan tu tak terus berkulat. Kalau tidak, dikeluar di kelang sahaja, by the time lah, kalau kelang ni, kalau Massimo dengan Mighty White tak silap ya, di Selangor. Jadi, kalau saya di Kedah ni, it will take almost a day tu sampai. So, by the time saya beli, buka dah berkulat. Tak sempat nak makan. Kesian kat saya. Baik. So, therefore, mesti ada sesuatu yang dimasukkan dalam roti itu yang menyebabkan saya masih boleh menikmati roti itu dengan rasa yang sedap, tapi tanpa membawa sesuatu keburukan diri saya. Ini dah masuk 50 tahun masih okey lagi. Nothing happen to me while eating the bread. So what was that? Apa di situ? Okey, siapa yang boleh share? Apa yang letak dalam roti tu sampai kita rasa confident, tak rasa tak masalah, tapi it still provides our protection. Tak ada harmful that. So who can share? Siapa nak share? Apa dalam roti itu menyebabkan boleh letak expiry date ni sedangkan reality dah silap hari bulan, berkulatlah dia. Siapa boleh share? Ni mesti senyap ni. Saya pun tengok talian hayat saya pun ni. Okey. Saya tengok, ni saya nak share soalan lagi ibu. Kita cari semua ibu-ibu ni, ibu-ibu muda pula kan. Dr. Nick ada sini, Dr. Nick. Dr. Nick, are you there? Dr. Nick,
Ya,
apa khabar?
hai. Khabar baik, Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Anak you berapa tahun umur dia?
2 tahun, almost 2 years. Ya.
Betul lah ketaan ni. Itu first baby
Okay.
kan?
Ya.
Okey. Sekarang sebagai ibu yang first baby ni, you tahu tak apa dah roti tu menyebabkan ada expiry date tu? Silakan Dr. Dr. Nick.
Alright. Okay. First of all, thanks, Dr. Jahangir, for pointing out a good question. Okay. And just now, Dr. Jahangir gave us a scenario, right? Example of scenario from Western country, right? They have no tag expiry date, right? And also maybe they don't add some additional ingredient in the bread, like in Malaysia. Okay, so for Malaysia cases, you have to bear in mind, right? If you are staying in Malaysia, Malaysia is located at the equator line, the garisan khatulistiwa. Okay, meaning that our climate is humid, hot, and wet throughout the years, right? Okay, this kind of environment actually can facilitate the growth of various microorganisms. Just now, Dr. Jahangir did mention about kulat fungus, right?
Kulat,
Okay, yeah, okay. The fungus actually can contaminate our bread, okay? And this kind of contamination actually can affect the texture as well as the flavor of the bread. In fact, this kind of fungus, for example, Aspergillus species, okay, can release the toxin that we call as mycotoxin. Okay, so this kind of mycotoxin we classify as unsafe. Why? Because it can trigger several adverse health effects such as food poisoning, what else? Allergic reactions, respiratory problem, etc. Okay, back to the initial question that Dr. Jahangir asked just now. Okay, our local bread maker actually added some preservative. Okay, preservative. Yeah, if you notice at the bread wrapper plastic, kita bungkusan kita punya roti tu, at the sections of ingredients, some ingredients such as propionic acid and its salts, some coded ingredients such as E200, E202, right? Dr. Jahangir, if you can check just now.
Betul.
Okay,
Ada.
Yeah. They are all examples of allowable or permitted preservative that can be added in making the bread. Okay, what is the objective of our local bread maker to add this kind of preservative? Okay, we want to relate with the fungus that we just discussed just now, right? Okay, this kind of preservative actually to prevent the growth of fungus. Therefore, we can extend the shelf life of the bread so that we can keep and eat the bread for a longer period of time. So I think that is my brief response to it, Dr. Jahangir punya question. Maybe back to you, Dr. Jahangir. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So there is a preservative, Dr. Nick. It kills the microbes, kills the fungi, like case saya, but at the same time doesn't kill us. That's the question. Even though eating every day, saya makan roti ni sepanjang hidup saya lah. Saya kalau petua malam tak makan nasi, makan roti je. Siang makan nasi. So, but memang hari-hari boleh makan that preservative, tak ada masalah.
Memang hari-hari ke Dr. Jahangir kata okay, because actually the additions of this kind of preservative is according to the allowable level by I think Ministry of Health Malaysia, KKM. All right, so for example, like I just mentioned E200, 1000 milligram per kg of bread. If I'm not mistaken, maybe
okay.
Dr. Jahangir can add some info in regards to this.
Okay.
The
Thank you
levels.
very much.
Yeah,
Dr.
okay.
Nick, thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, see, we take for granted eating breads in khatulistiwa. Dr. Nick said, it's a khatulistiwa thing, it's a tropical environment. Jangan kata kulat. Lumuk pun boleh naik kan, macam-macam boleh naik kan. Kalau bukan kata di rumah kita, ingat dengan hospital pun naik kulat. Ni hospital yang hygiene tu pun boleh naik kulat. Ini kan pula kat rumah kita dengan all this roti yang di packaging tadi. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much to Dr. Nick for sharing out. But I want to add one more thing. Ini mungkin ramai orang tak mungkin tahu ke tak tahu. Ladies and gentlemen, sebenarnya at the international level, that Dr. Nick says kan, Kementerian Kesihatan have limits. Kita ada peraturan makanan yang menentukan apakah bahan pengawet ataupun preservatif yang boleh dimasukkan dalam roti. Dia asing tau. Roti pengawetnya lain. Kalau tepung pengawetnya lain. Dia ada berbeza-beza tau. There's a difference. And who decides this? And dan macam Dr. Nick katalah betul. Dia ada limit dia. That's why duk makan lama-lama ni kan duk limit dia. So what limits? That's why sometimes kalau ada syarikat yang tak ikut limit, tak buat quality control, makan-makan tu rasa pahit. Something wrong. We have experienced, I have experienced before, knowing that something went wrong in the production that there was not homogenized, menyebabkan dos tinggi sampai kita tak boleh makan. Dan ada kes dia, roti tu memang dia jadi pelik. Contoh kan. So these are things happening. But in reality, dia ada limit dia yang telah ditetapkan. Jadi mana dapat had ni 2000 mg lah macam tadi semua ni kan. So ladies and gentlemen, to share with you, nanti masing-masing boleh Google. Okay. Cuba Google Jekfa. J-E-C-F-A. Jekfa. Jekfa stands for Joint Expert Committee. Tu dia, Joint Expert Committee on Food Additives. Tu dia. Nanti apa cari tengok Jekfa ni. But Jekfa actually established under United Nations. Under United Nations, bangsa besar-besar tu ni, dia ada bangsa betul ada banyak organisasi. Ada dua organisasi penting. Satu FAO. Ramai mungkin tak ambil tahu. Dia tak for granted. FAO, Food and Agricultural Organization. Dia mereka jaga semua bab-bab. Termasuklah semburan racun pada pokok semua. Mereka yang teruskan pastikan what is the practice is still safe to human. Itu FAO. Dan ada satu lagi organisasi panggil WHO. World Health Organization, and these two organizations came together to form this JECFA to dia. And this JECFA is the one who will always evaluate new compound, new substance, not the compound, so new substance untuk specifically jika nak guna dalam makanan. Termasuk tadi macam Dr. Nick kata preservatif tadi. So jawapan Dr. Nick tu saya pun tak tahu ni, tapi sebenarnya whatever value that we get, we are enforcing and using in the food is not only Malaysia, it's already been worldwide established, and this work been done by this Joint Expert Committee J4 ni. Tuan-puan, itu homework masing-masing. Tengok, jangan percaya Dr. Jahangir, anda cari sendiri. Baik, itu dah jawab pasal makan roti ya. Boleh Dr. Saya last untuk susu pula. Okay, baik. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I've seen on the roti. Now we coming to the end of this song, rhyme for the nursing this kindergarten rhymes kan. Okay, now kita datang kepada isu susu pula. Saya pun dah standby dah. Baik. Okay, ni pun puasa habis tadi sahur tadi. Ini contohnya susu. Susu ni. Okay, sebenarnya dekat pasaran ni, you nampak packaging macam ni, dia sentiasa berada tempat sejuk. Sejuk punya tempat. Chiller. Tak boleh letak di luar. Ini kosong dah habis dah minum besar tadi sahur dah tadi. Ada chiller. Kenapa chiller? So susu segar maksudnya susu yang ambil secara langsung daripada lembu lah. So therefore bila ambil susu ni, dia bagi susu segar, fresh milk. But ramai mungkin tak perasan. Fresh milk mesti chilled, tak boleh letak luar. Mesti chill. Dan bila chill, dan you tengok pula label dia, you takkan nampak dia buat nutrien yang basic saja. Protein, karbohidrat dengan fat saja. Dia tak ada cerita banyak mana ada kalsium berapa miligram. Tak ada, dia tak cerita. Nampak? Ini dia panggil susu segar. Okey. Ini macam ni pula. Tapi kan kita ada juga susu yang di pasaran yang tidak letak dalam chiller. Contoh macam ni. Ini bukan promote lah saja ceritalah. Saya pun minum ni. So contoh yang ni kita ada. Susu juga. Tapi dia tak kata fresh milk. Ada fresh milk tapi dalam kes ni bukan fresh milk. Yang ni kita nampak kat shelf. Siapa boleh pula apa beza? And yang ni pula, you tengok label-label tu dia ada cerita what are all the vitamins ada dalam tu. So does it mean susu segar tak bagus tak? Tak ada vitamin. Ada vitamin. Tapi kenapa susu yang dalam bukan segar ini, dia panggil susu UHT, passion milk yang macam ni, dia masih susu, masih ada milk solid semua ada, tapi dia bukan susu segar. Masih berkhasiat, tetapi dia tidak dia boleh menyatakan secara khusus bagi bilangan dia berbanding susu segar. So ini dipanggil susu berkhasiat. Ada Akta Makanan Malaysia ada nama dia. Ini susu berkhasiat. Dan tadi pula ini adalah susu segar. Sudah ni bab susu sebab doktor tanya saya minum susu. Baik. Siapa boleh bantu saya? Pasal apa ada susu segar dan susu yang nak kata tak segar tak, tapi memang duduk dalam shelf, tapi susu berkhasiat dipanggil sebab ada certain amount of nutrient khusus. Contohnya vitamin tadi, ada vitamin A, vitamin D. Tapi adakah susu segar tak ada vitamin D, A? Kenapa yang ni ada? Okey, siapa boleh share kat saya? Anyone in here? Yang duk rajin minum susu ni? Okey, tak apalah, saya tahu semua malu-malu, semua pandai tapi tak mau jawab. Okey, tak apa. Ini masa dah pukul 10.50, 10 minit lagi. Jadi saya nak ambil peluang ni. Saya rasalah saya nak panggil antara, kita ada tetamu hari ni dalam session kita, saya rasa ada tetamu istimewa ni. Okey. Dr. Rozaini ada, Dr. Rozaini. Saya nak make sure ada. Dr. Rozaini ada. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me introduce the president of my sort. Ini kita special. Dr. Rozaini, apa khabar?
Alhamdulillah.
Baik, cantik. No, saya kena jual minyak sikit. Ladies and gentlemen, just for your knowledge lah, mungkin saya salah. But Dr. Razan is one of the among very few, maybe only one or two of the registered European toxicologists. Jeng. Ini jangan, ini bukan sebarang orang ni. Sebarang orang hebat ni. Okay. Tapi tak apa, hari ni yang nak tanya buat susu. Okey, Dr. Razan ni. Boleh tak you share, Dr. Razan, apa yang just for my knowledge lah, kalau you atau for others kan. Silakan Dr. Razini, silakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Terima kasih Dr. Jahangir, Dr. Uy. Dan untuk soalannya Dr. Jahangir, saya orang biasa saja, Dr. Jahangir, tak adalah terlalu
Bukan you beli tak dapat toxicology kan? Silakan.
Ya, terima kasih Dr. J. Sebenarnya saya distrain dalam bidang toxicology. Currently working at UPM, and terima kasih sekali lagi Dr. Jahangir. Dan soalannya berkenaan dengan susu. Sebenarnya berkenaan dengan susu ni, there are so many things in milk, but kita fokus sikitlah kepada yang soalan Dr. Jahangir yang menyatakan kenapalah ada susu yang dekat susu segar, and ada satu lagi susu yang kita panggil fortified milk. Okay, yang bezanya adalah pertama adalah susu segar is come naturally from the cow. Mungkin Dr. Jahangir boleh bunyi sekali lagi bunyi lembut.
Bunyi dah tu.
Jadi semua vitamins, nutrients yang datang tu directly from the cow itself. Kita tak ada tambah apa-apa. Jadi sebab itulah kita tak classify berapa banyak vitamin D, sebab semua susu tu tak sama kan? Ada range.
Okey, baik.
Tapi untuk susu yang berada di raw ataupun kita panggil fortified milk, okey, susu-susu ni adalah susu yang kita tambah sendiri. Okay, kita ada value added, kita tambah vitamin D contohnya. Vitamin D penting untuk membantu penyerapan kalsium kepada tulang kita. Sebab itulah ada beza. Jadi untuk fortified milk ni, kita ada nutrien tambahan yang ditambah ke dalam susu mengikut standard yang dibenarkan oleh Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia. Itulah jawapannya Dr. Jahangir.
Baik. Dr. Razan ni, you orang expert, kita tak boleh tinggal soalan tak cukup tu sebab expert ni baik. Saya nampaklah chat box, tak silap saya ada satu soalan. Kalau macam dia tambah ni kan, macam mana, sebab kita hari-hari ada orang peminat susu, hari-hari minum susu, pagi susu, malam susu kan. Jadi kalau long term macam mana? Of course saya dah bertahun, berpuluh tahun minum, tapi lepas nak faham macam mana yang the toxicologists come up some idea macam macam ada term-term kan, tak silap saya ada term RDI lah, ADI lah. Boleh bagi pencerahan sikit tak? Dan macam mana kaitan dengan long term effect kajian dibuat oleh toxicology? Silakan Dr. Rozaini. Mesti dia pakar.
So berkenaan dengan ADI atau recommended daily intake yang biasa kita selalu dengar lah ya. Sebenarnya secara general is a safety limit. Okay, saya gunakan safety limit di sini, di mana bila toxicologist dah bagi tahu recommend, okay, this is the ADI for this chemical, for vitamin D or for any chemicals. So meaning that ADI is allowable daily intake for lifetime exposure. So kita dah siap-siap kira, kita dah buat study menyatakan kalau kita ambil certain compound setiap hari dalam limit yang dibenarkan untuk long term lifetime exposure, tak ada masalah. Di sinilah kita kalau tapi berbalik pada asas prinsip toxicology untuk pelajar-pelajar ataupun sesiapa yang dalam bidang ni, okay, the basic principle of toxicology, we go back to the principle which is the dose make it poison. So the dose, this is the dose that we determine as toxicologists. Okay, this is the dose, the right dose that will save us from the harmful effects of the chemical ataupun the hazard lah, kita bagi tahu dari awal tadi.
Ya, betul.
So hazard lah. Kita make sure that keselamatan pengguna tu lah. Kalau kita guna setiap hari, walaupun you hidup 70 tahun, makan setiap hari, tak ada masalah. Jika mengikut standard yang dibenarkan.
Baik, cantik. Terima kasih Dr. Razaini. So
Sama-sama.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy, you see. Jangan tanya saya ada beruban dah. Tapi banyak kita ada orang hebat-hebat hari ini di sini. Ini ada ramai lagi tak main hari ini. Okay. So nak tahu lagi, kita kena minta Dr. Ui buat lagi session Dr. Ui. Kena panggil orang lagi ni sebab kita ada ramai lagi orang hebat. So Dr. Razaini dah cerita dah. Terima kasih banyak-banyak kerana sudi bersama kami. Di samping kesibukan masa. Tapi now I want to wrap up a bit lah. Wrap up. Kita dah, betul Dr. Ui, I sudah habiskan. Sudah sampai minum susu pun dah jawab. Of course, lagu tu dia kata pergi sekolah senang hati. Mestilah sekarang senang hati lah sebab sudah habis lagu ni. Baik, terima kasih. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I've answered Dr. Ui and also all of you to show that actually it's a process of daily life that whereby ada satu watak ini dipanggil ahli toxicology yang kita tak nampak. Jadi sebab tak nampak ni sampai kita kata kalau tanya budak kecil, besar jadi apa? Jadi polis. Sebab bila mak bawa kereta, polis ada kat situ kat traffic light. Bila besar jadi apa? Bomba sebab dia nampak siren bomba. Bila nampak nak jadi doktor sebab dia nampak doktor. Tapi dia lupa, kata tak nak siapa telling them that behind the scene, there are these profession as toxicologists that in their mind, semua toksik. Garam kita makan pun toksik. Air minum pun toksik. Everything is toxic, but you must find a dose. Dose apa dose? Maksudnya, mengkira amount yang dimasuk dalam tubuh badan. Kalau dose ni dah ada kira miligram per kilogram body weight. Lagu tu. Bukan dekat miligram saja amount tu, tapi dia ambil kira dengan jisim badan kita. Malah dalam JEK4 nanti tuan-puan boleh tengok, dia akan tengok sama ada untuk wanita umur ni berapa, untuk lelaki umur dewasa berapa, tak sama. Sebab kan fisiologi tidak sama. Malah untuk kanak-kanak pula lain, untuk orang berumur lain. So very detail, very detail punya nature lah. So therefore, of course, inilah dipanggil jihad. Fardu kifayah. Dr. yang boleh fardu kifayah sikit. That somebody have to do in order to take care the well-being of the community. So therefore, bagi siapa jadi toxicologist mungkin tak jadilah jutawan ataupun jadi billionaire, tapi moga-moga jadi tutuan di akhirat nanti. Kalau orang Islam ada akhirat, kalau Buddha pun dia ada akhirat dia kan, semua Kristian. So therefore, itulah sangat matlamat kita, sebab itulah kita mengharapkan lebih ramai lagi mereka. Kita harap hari ini macam Dr. Min kata program ini untuk untuk kesedaran. Jadi harapnya dengan pencerahan saya berdasarkan lagu bangun pagi, cuci muka, gosok gigi sampailah habis itu, kita menerangkan bukti bahawa dalam setiap satu itu ada peranan toksikologis. Yang penting adalah buat kajian. Okey. So saya nampak ada soalan-soalan tertentu, mungkin saya serah kepada Dr. Ni untuk balik kepada Dr. Ni untuk untuk lihat pada soalan tu. Mungkin saya boleh bantu di mana yang boleh. Tak, saya ada ramai audiens hari ini, orang hebat-hebat yang lebih hebat daripada saya. Ya, Dr. Ni silakan. Masih.
Thank you Dr. Dr. Jahangir. Sekarang ni memperangkang masa, kita ada 2 minit lagi. I would like to now, before we go to the Q&A sessions, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you a master degree mixed mode program by our departments of toxicology, AMDI University Science Malaysia. I would like to show you our short promotional video before the Q&A sessions, ya.
Ni maksudnya siapa nak belajar ni boleh join ni lah kan. Contoh yang betul lah. Okey, baik. Siapa nak jadi toxicology?
Welcome to the world of health toxicology. Are you looking to gain an in-depth understanding of the scientific principles of toxicology and their application to human health? If so, then our Master Mixed Mode Health Toxicology program is for you. This unique program, offered in collaboration with USM National Poison Center, offers students the opportunity to develop their knowledge and skills in clinical, environmental, and occupational toxicology. Our one-year full-time Master Mixed Mode program is accredited by MQA and is designed to prepare the candidates to become professionals in health toxicology that will assume a variety of roles in academia, industry, and government. Throughout the program, students will gain an understanding of the methods used to assess, evaluate, and manage the potential risks posed by toxins in the environment and occupational-related settings that could produce acute and chronic illnesses in human population. With this knowledge, our graduates will be well equipped to pursue a career in toxicology or related fields. Career pathway might include clinical scientist, researcher, and health risk assessor in health-related field and industry. So, take the first step towards a bright future and enroll in our program today. For those who are interested, please contact the person in charge or scan the QR code on the screen for more information. Come and join us to discover your path in health toxicology.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our Master Mixed Mode program on health toxicology. So, if you are interested, and want to join us, the registration is now open. You may just scan the QR code. It will lead directly to the registration website. Or if you require more information about this program, you may contact Dr. Noor Nadira through her email, noornadira@usm.my, or you may find us in our Facebook, Department of Toxicology, AMD USM. All right, now let's get back to our Q&A sessions. Doctor, we have one question for you from Miss Attica. May I know how does toxicologists determine the allowable limits for unknown compound based on exaggerate extractions from textiles or medical device?
Baik, terima kasih Dr. Oi dan juga yang bertanya tadi. Okey, mungkin saya cuba dalam pendekatan umum lah. So, ladies and gentlemen, in toxicology, we have a different approach. Okay, yang pertama adalah kita lihat kepada acute toxicity. Maksudnya kita tengok kepada dose yang bila diberi kepada sesuatu single exposure, kita tengok apa terjadi kepada haiwan tersebut. Kita use animal model or use even we can do a saline model. So that's general concept. So first kali soalan tadi unknown. Sebenarnya kita tak boleh buat testing on unknown. Syarat pertama mesti known. Maksudnya dalam kes ini, ahli kimia memainkan peranan sangat penting. The chemist play very big role. So we have to do extraction to the level that we must able to identify the chemical compound atau substance berkenaan. Memang kita akan buatlah HPLC ataupun GC MS ke, we are identify, mesti kenal. Itu syarat utama adalah apa-apa kajian toksikologi, identity itu mesti disahkan. Kalau tidak, nilai yang kita dapat, jawapan yang kita dapat itu tidak bermakna. Itu yang pertama. So therefore, rasa that it must be known, maksudnya must do a chemical analysis lah sampai diketahui. Yang itu yang pertama. Yang kedua, mesti tahu quantity dia, concentration dia. Kalau tidak, kita tak boleh tahulah dose nanti. Sebab dalam toxicity, we look at the dose based on the organism punya berat badan kan. Jadi therefore, kedua syarat dia mesti tahu concentration. Satu identity, nombor dua concentration. Wajib tahu, tidak boleh proceed toxicity tadi. Saya tahu ramai orang buat study toxicity, dia lupa benda ni. Sangat penting. Ini syarat dua ni. Dan ketiga, baru kita masukkan toxicity. Secara umum, selalunya kita buat acute dulu. Nak tahu ni, paling banyak bagi berapa boleh bagi dia boleh mati ni contohnya. Because yang first thing kita kena understand sometimes, yang kita di rumah makan sikit. amount, tapi jangan lupa datang daripada kelang. Kelang ni dia pegang besar-besar lontong drum. Jadi kita kesian kat makcik kelang, pakcik kelang buat kerja tu dulu. We take the safety of their level, so we look at the higher level, so we look at the acute toxicity. Single dose, tengok 14 hari, contoh macam tu. After that, we have this called repeated dose. Ada repeated dose 28 hari, ada yang sampai 90 hari yang boleh bawa kronik lah. Maksudnya, kita nak reflect human. Teorinya itu bahawa umur tikus 2 tahun itu samalah umur kita 50 tahun macam tu. Yang detail ni nanti kalau nak tahu Dr. Azlina, kita ada Dr. Nur Azlina. Kita punya veterinarian, kita boleh jawab soalan tu, tapi sebab masa suntuk saya cerita secara umum lah. So we have this modeling umur tikus dengan umur manusia. Maka therefore kajian kalau kita nak tahu sama ada bahan kimia itu boleh menyebabkan barah, kanser. That's why study there will go until 120 days and some even sanggup buat sampai 2 tahun. Nampak 2 tahun. Sebab nak reflect kepada long term use. So simply says that yes, kita akan tengok pelbagai keadaan. Pertama, dos yang besar dia boleh mati tak mati. Yang kedua, kita akan ada sublethal dose yang repeated dose tadi, kita akan buram bagi tiap-tiap hari dia makan. Tiap-tiap hari makan. Tu dia. Tikus tu makan 28 hari. Paksa makan. Kesian. Begitu juga sampai yang 90 hari nak tengok dia punya kesan ketoksikan. Kalau boleh, kita tak mau tengok kesan toksik. Kita akan cari dos banyak mana concentration yang masuk dalam tikus mencapai apa dipanggil sebagai NOEL. Non-observable adverse effect level atau even setengah non-observable non-observable effect level, NOEL. Jangan kata adverse, level langsung tak ada perubahan. So we will find this value concentration yang di mana nilai itu dia tidak mencerminkan apa-apa perubahan pada organisma yang diuji. Contohnya arnab ataupun tikus dan setengah-setengahnya membuat kajian menggunakan anjing. Itu tengok model dia. So hopefully I answered that. So means mesti known, mesti tahu concentration. Lepas tu kita akan tengok dos yang besar, for example 2000 mg ke, 1000 mg, dan lepas tu kita tengok sublethal. Yang dia tak mati ni. Sebab yang tu kita takut ni, kita tak mati, kita tak makan dah. Dia mati tak makan dah. Tapi takut yang tak mati ni, syok-syok lama-lama dapat kanser ke, rosak hati ke, ginjal kan. Betul, saya bertakut. Maka di situ datangnya isu yang repeated dose berterusan. Dos yang kecil-kecil kena cari sampai dapat concentration yang kita panggil sebagai NOEL ataupun NOEL tadi. Maksudnya tikus tu dah happy ya, happy go lucky. Tetapi yang ni kalau ada rahsia besar lagi, dia macam pakar-pakar macam Dr. Rozaini, registered toxicologist ni, dan mereka buat apa? Dia ada safety margin lagi. Dah dapat nilai, katalah nilai dia adalah 100 mg. Kita tak bagi tu untuk orang makan. Apa kita buat? Kita bahagi 100. Tu dia. We divide by 100 sama safety margin. Maka dengan itu, very small likelihood lah. Kata akan apa berlaku sebab kita ada safety margin. Nilai NOEL tadi dah tikus dah happy dah. Dah very happy, nothing happens to them. But we still add on, bahagi lagi 100 kali dia punya safety margin supaya likelihood tu rendah. Ini contoh. Secara umum lah. Ni dah masa pendek ni. Harap menjawab soalan tu. Kalau nak tahu lagi, hubungi Dr. Oi dan rakan-rakan. Kami sedia membantu mencerahan insyaAllah. Okey Dr. Oi, silakan. Masih.
Doktor, memandangkan sudah lepas masa pukul 11 dah, tapi audience masih ada lagi, dia tak lari diri. So, nak jawab lagi satu soalan daripada etika juga. What does toxicology risk assessment should highlight when reporting the studies of allowable limits regarding these compounds?
Cantik punya soalan. Okay. Saya taklah tahu banyak, saya lihat sikit lah. Tapi ada kawan-kawan lain dekat sini. Now, tadi masa kita buat toxicity study kan, kita hanya tahu nilai dia, what is the NOEL value until to have the safety margin kan. Tapi safety margin tak cukup syarat nak dapatkan berapa ADI tadi kan, dia ada ADI yang bagi berapa, dia tak sampai lagi tau. Dia safety margin tak habis lagi situ, dia ada lagi consideration. Dalam risk assessment, ada dua faktor situ, ada dua perkali dia panggil. Satu severity dah tengok orang tadi dekat tikus tu dapat. Tapi satu lagi adalah dia panggil likelihood of exposure. Jadi contoh tadilah macam buru gigi tadi. Fluoride ni kita pakai kat mana? Buru gigi. Jadi kalau 5 kali sehari kita kena ambil kira 5 kali exposure kemungkinan dia. Itu satu. Macam tadi vitamin dalam susu kan. Vitamin A lah susu ada. Silat bulan dalam yogurt pun ada. Dalam semua ada. So, we have to consider. So therefore organisasi macam JECFA, they will consider this part on the exposure. Maka risk assessment sangat detail dia apa. Dia kata daily exposure. Mai mana sumber-sumber ni, they take that information and consider with the yang tadi yang Noel lepas safety margin dah, campur dua-dua ni, baru dia akan come to the level. So therefore to answer that, beside knowing the severity, the toxicity yang rendah tadi, berapa value dia, maka consideration tambahan yang perlu ada risk assessment ada the exposure, root exposure dalam daily life. Bukan sekadar yang intentional dan non-intentional. Kadang-kadang you tak buat tapi benda tu. So hopefully it helps lah to understand this risk assessment is of course in more advanced level, taking in consideration of the exposure. Harap saya menjawab sahabat kita tadi. Terima kasih. Okey, ya Dr. Wen, silakan ya.
Okay, yang ni lah last question ya Dr. J. So
Baik.
So no more question dah. So I would like to say thank you to all participants, especially to our guest speaker, Dr. Jahangir, and our colleagues, especially to Dr. Rosaini. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining today's talk. Thank you, Dr. Jace, for your comprehensive and informative discussions. I know that everyone here have learned a great deal from you. And
Sahabat kita banyak pandai-pandai, Dr. Nid, Dr. Adeline, tu orang
yeah.
pandai-pandai, Dr. Maisar yang lupa.
Yeah, thank you all for attending these discussions. If you have further questions you want to ask us, you can go to our Facebook, Department of Toxicology, IPPT USM. I've just posted a link on the WebEx. And thank you all for attending this discussion.
Baik, terima kasih. Sebarang kekurangan mohon maaf ya. Benda daripada Allah yang saya saya baik insya-Allah. Semoga selamat Jumaat berkat kepada semua. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay.
Thank you and see you all. Bye.
Thank you Dr. Wen.
Yeah,